it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button down below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content at all in any way, shape or form, find it entertaining, informative, interesting. Please, please, please do give it the thumbs up. If you don't know who I am Sandra Burmy, author of Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of Asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. Well, welcome to tonight's episode. Sorry, there was a little bit of a lag there. Oh yeah, thanks for the thumbs up already. Appreciate that. So yeah, welcome to tonight's episode. Well, I want to draw your attention to something that's not so good, which I found in asexual dating. So-called asexuals, you know, like some people are not really asexual, right? And I always feel like I have, hi May, thank you for the thumbs up. I always feel I have a duty of care to you on this channel to kind of warn you of some things you should be aware of when asexual dating, you know, when you're looking for a relationship with someone, you know, like things to be warned about, things to avoid, things to like look out for. And one of the things I found is when someone, you know, when someone is on Facebook and I'm interested in a relationship with them, I will naturally go and check out their Facebook profile. I think everyone should be doing that. Everyone who wants a relationship with someone should be checking through that person's Facebook profile, because the Facebook profile tells a lot about the type of person they are by what they share and by what stuff they post, right? It usually shows you quite a sense of rawness about them. You know, either that or you find that everything's on secret and you can't see anything about them, in which case they've kind of got some stuff to hide, haven't they? So many are fake too. Yes, right. I totally agree with you. And there was this guy once, well, he's still on Asexuality, which is a dating site for asexuals. And this particular guy, he was on Asexuality. He connected with me on there. He was older than me, connected with me on there. And I was reading his profile and it was kind of like written like, oh, you know, sex is not the most important part of a relationship. Like, I don't have to have it. Not that he was saying he was asexual, but the way he was saying it was though he's just like, not really asexual. Do you know what I mean? How can I describe it? He was implying that he was asexual, but he was saying that he could go with that. He was saying basically that relationships not all about sex, but saying a relationship is not all about sex is not the same as not being sexually attracted to anyone and not wanting sex. Do you see what I mean? And so his profile resume, like if you like bio, was a bit, you know, it's a bit iffy. And anyway, this guy, this is some time ago now, he applied to be in my asexual dating group on Facebook. So I thought, oh yeah, he's my friend on Asexuality. I thought, you know, maybe, you know, he's on the more sexual end of the spectrum, but I had my doubts, you know. Hi, Sam. I did have my doubts about this guy because, like I said, when I looked at his profile, it's more a case of like relationships aren't just, you know, aren't all about sex. But a sexual person could say that. You don't have to be asexual to say that. And so anyway, and then when he applied to be my asexual dating group, this is a while ago, I think I accepted him at first. And then I looked at his Facebook profile, double checked it all out. Or maybe I didn't really check before I clicked yes. I checked afterwards. And as I was going through his profile, he had this picture of a woman and it was all about sex. It was like the woman, I think she had an apron around her and was naked or something. And it was something to do with sex, having sex and doing sexual acts, I think. You know, like bend over and let me spank you and stuff like this. And it was like, and you know, a lot of heterosexuals don't even put sex stuff on their profile. You know, I mean, obviously there's a load that do as well. But I'm thinking, you know, the heterosexual people that I know in person rather than the fake profiles, the majority of them, they don't go around putting stuff like that on their profile. And so, I was thinking, why on earth is this guy putting stuff like that? I remember messaging him, and he was saying something like, I think he said something like, I'm autosexual, which means that you fancy yourself, you're attracted to yourself, or you're sexually attracted to yourself. But then if you're sexually attracted to yourself, why are you showing a post with a woman in it with sexual acts? It doesn't make sense, because someone who's autosexual would be touching themselves, masturbate themselves, or basically having sex with themselves, because they're not sexually attracted to anyone else but themselves. And this just didn't add up. So I literally just took him out the dating group, and that was it. And then quite some time later, this year, a few months ago now, good few months ago, probably about 4 maybe or more, he was on Asexuality again, and he friend requested me again, I think, because I removed him from my friends list on there. And he would friend request me again, and he started saying, I know I'm a bit older than you're looking for. He's like 52, and I want someone in their 20s. He doesn't even live in this country. And so it's like, how could you have a relationship with me anyway? And he was going, I know I'm older than you, but I really, really like you. I've read your profile, I really, really like you. And I'm like, I wrote back to him saying, we've actually conversed before, and you're not suitable for me. And he's like, oh, okay, I just really like you. And I'm like, oh. Do you know what I mean? And the profile he's got now, or did have, it keeps changing. It keeps changing. It's kind of like fluctuating all the time. I'm not saying, I do know there's a asexual orientation that can fluctuate, but it's just like he's, I don't think he's totally genuine. He's just, profile is always like, I could be without sex. Then the next breath, it's like, sex is not everything in a relationship. And then it's like, and then it's kind of like implying that they might have sex sometimes. And then he's like got three different parts to his orientation. He's autosexual. He's also a couple of other things. I'm not saying he can't be this, but I'm just saying, like someone who chops and changes all the time of what they're saying, and their words saying they're autosexual, but yet showing people doing stuff like that. And when like heterosexuals, I know a lot of them don't even post stuff like that on Facebook. To me, it's very implying that he's not actually asexual. And what's annoying as well is when I've had some people that I've been interested in dating and relationships, and they completely deny what's on their Facebook post line. So I found there was this guy who lived in the UK, young foreign guy, who fancied me. He connected with me. I think I might have liked one of his posts or something. He connected with me, and then we were due to have this Skype conversation. We had this Skype conversation, but he was late, right? And I didn't like those. Well, basically what happened was he was all geared up for it. He was messaging me loads an hour before, and then all of a sudden, when it came to the time, when clearly he knew what time it was, because he was messaging me up to an hour before a lot on Skype, he then he was then busy doing something else. Do you know what I mean? And so that wasn't very good. And then after we Skyped, when I looked through his Facebook, it was all about how to get women in bed and have sex with them, basically. And I'm like, I said, you're not even asexual. And I just blocked the guy, And what some of them do is they'll deny the posts. They'll be like, I don't know how that post got there. I don't know how it got there. I've had quite a few people do that. Go, I don't know how that post got there. I don't know. Sometimes it's like they've never seen it before. It's like, it's just lying. It's just because they're not living the true, authentic self. They're just telling you bollocks, basically. And being, like Ray says, there's a lot of fake people, or, there's people sometimes that not even consciously aware of themselves. So they may be genuine people, the real pictures, but they want to deny what's true when they're caught out. Do you know what I mean? And rather than face the truth and say, well, actually, I did post that, I'm not what I seem, and sorry for interrupting your life, it's kind of like they just want to make you feel like you're insane, like or there's something like weird going on, when it's just they post stuff and they just don't want to admit they post it. And I was quite shocked today because although it's not to do with asexual dating, it reminded me of the scenario that I've just talked about when, you know, you're looking for someone's Facebook profile and I might turn around and say to someone, well, you know, you're not what I'm looking for because I've looked through your posts or whatever. You're not what I'm looking for because I've had business guys as well, you know. Some of the photos on profiles are not even the person. Yeah, I know. Ray, I do know. I do agree with you. But I mean, this person the person I was on about a few minutes ago, I Skyped him. And so I knew it was him. And afterwards, I looked through his Facebook profile and found the sex ones, the ones that he was on about. He was making jokes about him and 2 women in a bed with him, stuff like that, you know, posting stuff like that and saying, oh, yeah, this is my ideal life, me. It had not a picture of, it had pictures of him on there, but this post was one he shared from a page with a guy with 2 women that wasn't him in bed, but he was like, this is his ideal life, him in bed with 2 women. Do you know what I mean? So clearly he wasn't asexual. You know what I mean? The implication was he's in bed having sex with 2 women. That's his ideal life. And I just, you know, but I know he was a real guy because I Skyped with him. It was afterwards I saw that and I'm like, I don't want anything more to do with you. Block. Do you know what I mean? I've seen what's on your profile. I mean, it wasn't a recent post. It was like a post from 2014. I think this guy was last year I spoke to him. So it wasn't like, it was like a few years ago, but even so, you know, if you've changed, why have it on there when he hardly had anything on his profile? And 2, why was he writing stuff like that anyway? You know, I just didn't like it. And the fact that he was messing me around on Skype, I don't like people like that going, oh, basically like, oh, I'm busy now, I've arranged to Skype you on purpose. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, and he didn't, when I Skyped him, he didn't know what he was doing with his life. I don't know what I want, basically. I'm like, well, you're no good for a relationship then, are you? I might be going in the army, I think he said to me. I'm like, all right, whatever. But yeah, I do agree with you, Ray, that some of the photos on the profiles are not even the person. I've had people sharing photographs with me that aren't really them, or you don't even know if it's them or not. You know, let's say video chat with you, you don't know, do you? They could be anyone. And so what sparked this, like, kind of me remembering this to share with you, because I think it's really important that you know this, is I actually know someone in person. This is not to do with asexuality, but it reminded me of this type of thing. I have this person who I've been with socially, who is a friend of my friend. But I've been with my friend and this person socially. I don't want to reveal our identity. I don't think it's fair at all to do that. So I'm definitely making sure I don't say anything that would ever give them away because it's not fair on them. But I've been out, you know, socially with this person. I know this person's a real person. I've been out socially with them more than once. You know, I've been in their company for a long time. And so they friend requested me because they're friends with my friend, and they just friend requested me actually when I was over at my parents yesterday. Now my mum and dad have a dog called Millie, who's Millie looks like a fox, to be honest with you. She's a terrier cross chihuahua, so it's quite unusual, and she's only 6 years old. And she went to the vets a couple of days ago, on Tuesday it was, and she had to have a very, very expensive ultrasound on her heart, and she's got a heart murmur, and it's got a leaky valve, and it's very, very leaky, and so she's had to be put on medication for the rest of her life, and she's only 6 years old, and obviously it could lower her lifespan, you know. But my parents have actually had a dog before that had a leaky valve heart and was on this medication for life, and it worked, and she lived to be like 13 or 14 years old. So I'm hoping, you know, but the other dog got it later on in life. You know, she's only 6 and she's jumping around everywhere. Anyway, so this friend requested me, as it happens, yesterday, and today I went and looked at their Facebook profile because I do that, you know. It's something I do because if I go through someone's Facebook profile, I don't like the stuff they're posting, I won't accept their friend request, usually. Not always, because I guess some people I don't look through every single post, but this person, I've been out with them, they got photographs of me on their profile with their friend. And this person I thought was a nice person. I'm not saying they're still not nice in their personality, but there was this one post that I saw which really made me just say, I'm sorry, I can't be well, I didn't even say words. Sorry, I said I can't be friends with someone who posts something like that, you know? I just don't agree with it. And so anyway, so basically they had posts which were fine. And then I came down to this one particular post and it was horrible. It had a Yorkshire Terrier in half the post. It was a shared post. It wasn't something they'd posted themselves directly. It was something they'd seen on a page or someone else's profile. I think it was someone else's profile because I remember the name. Well, I don't remember the specific name, but I remember it had a name. And so basically this person shared this other person's post and it had a picture of a dog, a Yorkshire Terrier, next to fireworks. And it said something like, this dickhead of a dog barks, yet it's scared of the firework noise. And I just thought that is absolutely horrible. It's basically taking the mickey out of dogs, saying that, you know, they bark, but they're scared of firework noises. Ha ha ha. And I just thought it's horrible. And the post had like 1 thumbs up and some people laughing about it, or, you know, some laughy faces. And I just thought it was really nasty. How can you call a dog a dickhead, you know? And dogs bark because it's the way they communicate. It's not, you know what I mean? It's natural. It's not nothing in comparison to fireworks going off. And of course, a lot of dogs are scared by fireworks. So I just thought it was a really, really good thing you didn't see it, Ray. Exactly. I just thought it was a really, really nasty, or that's disgusting. Loads of pets die every year because of fireworks scaring them so badly. Exactly. But the person denied that that's what the post was about. And that's what made it, that's what triggered the fact that I remembered I had these situations before in the dating and relationship thing. They deny that the post was about that, but I know it's about that and they've deleted it now. If the post was innocent, why have they deleted it? I can't find it anymore. But I know it called the dog a dickhead. And I know it was comparing the dog's barking to firework noise, saying it's scared of it's fine, you know, it barks, but yet the noise of fireworks. I know what I saw. And so they, you know, and so I just thought it's horrible. I can't be friends with someone like that. I mean, obviously I'm not going to reveal the person because I don't think it's fair. But, you know, they were being really nice. They sent me this because I accepted their friendship and then I went through their posts afterwards and then I found this. So I just unfriended them again and stopped following them, obviously. And I thought, you know, this is hard because I see this person socially quite a bit. And so, do you know what I mean? It might probably make things awkward now, but I mean, do you know what I mean? I just can't. I'll be nice to them when they're out still, but I can't be friends with someone on Facebook where I see that type of thing, you know? I just don't want to see that, you know? And so anyway, they sent me this really, really nice because they didn't know I'd unfriended them again. Because obviously when you accept someone's friendship, it comes up on Facebook as accept a friendship. If someone then removes that friendship, it doesn't tell you. So I'd removed it. I just thought, just remove it, Sandra. You know, you made a mistake, right? So they sent this really nice message saying, "A hug for you, my friend. You know, pass me on. See how many you get back." So it was really, really sweet message. And I didn't find any other bad posts. But after I saw that one, that was quite, you know, I just couldn't be doing with it. And so I put, "Thank you. I believe in being honest with people. I saw your friend request, but I also saw the post on your Facebook about the dog being a dickhead because it barks and then it gets scared of fireworks. And I am a dog lover and don't want to see that type of post. So I had to not be friends with you on here. It's a shame because I liked you when we were out together and I respect people have different opinions. But I don't think it is nice. My mum has a terrier and it's just been diagnosed. I mean, it's a terrier, like I said, cross Chihuahua, but you know, it looks like a fox. She's so beautiful. My mum has a terrier and it's just been diagnosed with a leaky heart valve only 2 days ago at 6 years old and now on medication forever. And I saw their dog and them yesterday. Dogs barking is their form of communication and I love dogs. And then they put, I didn't write about dogs. I like dogs too, grew up with them, loved. I can't say this other person's name because I'm friends with them too, and it's private conversation. So basically, we were on about fireworks and how it affects animals. That's why I put that animal are frightened by them on there. I love all animals, but if you think I don't, ask. They know I do. Grew up with. I'm not. I don't want to. Obviously, I'm not going to read it all out because I don't think it's fair. And they were scared of. They grew up with a certain type of dog, and they were scared with fireworks. If you like dogs, you know what I was saying. No fireworks. Think of animals. But that's not what the post said. I put. That is not what the post says or means. It's someone laughing at the dog's expense and calling him a dickhead because a dog makes noise when it barks, yet is afraid of noise, hence why they called it a dickhead. I mean, calling a dog a dickhead is horrible. And then they just put don't know. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. When they put that, I just think, well, you're kind of denying the post. Do you know what I mean? You're denying the post, like, don't know. It's like, well, you shared the post. If you don't know what it says, why share it? And you know what I mean? People who deny posts, like, it just really, it's like if you don't like something, live your truth. Like, I know there's some people on this channel, for example, when we have that discussion about cuddling, I know there'll be people that'll probably like, oh, she's horrible. She doesn't agree with asexuals cuddling their friends, right? But I speak my truth. There was also Nader on here that was speaking her truth, who said she doesn't have a problem with it. So you did actually hear two different sides of the coin, as it were. But I speak my truth. You don't come on this channel to get a load of me just sitting on the fence every 5 minutes and just not speaking my truth. You come on this channel because I'm telling my truth, and you want to, be in the chat telling yours. You either agree with me, you disagree with me. It's fine if you disagree with me. I'm not saying I'm God or I'm anything. I'm right all the time. I'm just saying what I feel and believe, and things you need to be aware of, It's up to you whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me. But, what's the point in doing a channel if you're just going to sit on the fence? I believe in speaking my mind. You know that I'm that type of person. And so I will tell someone the truth if I see something on their Facebook I don't like. Obviously, if I don't know the person, I won't give them the time of day because I'm like, why should I? You're a stranger. I just won't bother. There was this guy who friend requested me, and I had Asexual Entrepreneur on my Facebook profile at the time, which I'm still known on LinkedIn as the Asexual Entrepreneur. And he put on his post, I hate people who call themselves entrepreneurs. And I'm like, why have you friend requested me then? I didn't ask him that. I just deleted his friend's request. And he was slagging people off. He's going, oh, these people, they call themselves entrepreneurs, rah, rah, rah. And he's going, oh, I don't like these people. I hate them. And I'm like, why did you bother friend requesting me? Ray, I like you, honestly. Oh, thank you, Ray. I know you do. I know you do. I don't mind people being honest about stuff like that. It's really sweet. Thank you, Ray. And and it's just like, speak your truth. If you post something or share it, stick by it. If you've made a mistake and you want to say public you've made a mistake, say you've made a mistake. Do you know what I mean? I'm not infallible. I can make mistakes. Anyone can. But don't deny what you post or what you do and pretend it never happened. Do you know what I mean? Or, don't know. If you don't know what you're sharing, why share it? It just makes the situation worse in a way. It's like, not only have you posted something I don't like, but you're kind of like pretending you don't know anything about it. And then I said, well, they don't know. And I said, well, I do know. You shared a post calling a dog a dickhead for barking, yet being afraid of firework noise. Why would an animal lover do that? They wouldn't. I can't support that or appreciate that. It's your profile to do what you like, but I want no part of that ideology or laughing at a dog's expense, Because at the end of the day, it's up to them what they post on their Facebook profile. Fact, I don't agree with it. It makes no odds. Do you know what I mean? It's up to them. They can do what they like, Everyone's their own person. But I don't want to be on Facebook friends with someone who does that type of thing. It just doesn't feel right to me. It's like being two-faced, there was a guy who's asexual, right? On an asexual dating app. I've known him from Twitter for a long time. He's in some of my groups. A nice person. But when I went on his Facebook, because he friend requested me, I went on his Facebook profile. He's got he's liked pages of women with boobs on display. Like it's women pages you can like, and they just porn pages basically. And so I said to him, because I know him I know him on Twitter or in my groups, and I also know him on ASAP. And I said to him, I said, I can't be friends with you. I said, whatever you do is your business, but I can't be friends with someone who has a Facebook page full of that type of pages he's liked of women like that. I just can't do it. I don't agree with that type of thing, so I can't do it. I'm happy to still connect with you on ASAP and other places, but I can't be doing with that. And so, he respected that. He goes, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry if it offended you. I said, well, it is what it is. If he goes, I was trying to ask him why he likes that. And I think as far as I know, he's on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum. I think he's demisexual. And he likes looking at that type of thing. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. But, it repulses me. I don't want to be friends with someone on Facebook like that, So I just spoke my truth, He still liked me. I still liked him. But, I just can't be doing with that, And so, I have loads of people who friend request me, but I don't accept all of them. And I think it's good. I think it's good for you to be picky and not just accept anyone and everyone to be Facebook friends with. I think it's good to have morals, values, beliefs. It's what shapes us, isn't it, at the end of the day? Do you know what I mean? If you just accept anyone and everyone, what does that say about you? Do you know what I mean? I go through my friends list every now and again and delete people off there. Sam, it's good that you have your values and truths and you show them and stick to them. There are too many fake people. I like simple honesty. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I do stick to my values and beliefs. And I know some people don't like it. I know, but I kind of think I'm a bit like Marmite. You either love me or you really don't take to me because I'm too blunt and open and honest. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm not here to be liked by every single person on this planet, because if I was like on a mission to do that, I wouldn't speak my truth. I wouldn't stick up for asexuals. I wouldn't do anything, would I? Do you know what I mean? Because it takes someone to speak their truth, to stick up for asexuals, to go in sexual dating groups and say, hey, I'm asexual, and you have loads of people going, rah, 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 you don't want sex, you're being selfish. Oh, you're just fake. They call me fake and stuff. I'm just like, yes, look in the mirror. Here's the mirror. But I don't say that to them. I'm just thinking, whenever someone says I'm fake, and usually they're from a foreign country trying to get a visa. So I'm just like, whatever, and clearly I'm not fake. I've got my profile on public. Everyone can see my life. I don't hold back. I don't have things to hide. Do you know what I mean? So, I just speak my truth. And I know some people don't like some of the stuff I say. That's okay. They don't have to agree with it. But I'm not here in life just to say everything that people want to hear. If I did that, I would just be what? I'd just be like, I don't know, a mask of everyone else. And so many people are living like that, though. So many people go in different scenarios, and whatever the scenarios, they change like a chameleon. Their personality will change, what they say will change, their likes will change. They might say they like that type of thing when they don't usually. And I'm not like that. What you see with me is really what you get. To sometimes it's not, it gets you into trouble being like that, like sometimes, especially with jobs, people don't like you speaking your truth in jobs. They like you to be like a robot. And when I be loud, bubbly myself, and a lot of people don't like that, it doesn't work in my favor, does it? But at the end of the day, I'm not here to be a robot in life. I was born to be different. All I put on Facebook is my dog training tips. Oh, I'm dropping water down myself. Yeah, Ray, I know you do a lot of dog stuff. It's really good. It's really good. I mean, you're a good person. You really look after dogs and everything, You're good, And I think that's the thing in life, by being your true authentic self, you find your tribe. You find people who, do agree with you. And the people that don't agree with you, you'll just repel them, and they'll go on to find their people that agree with them and that have similar values, morals, and beliefs. I found out a long time ago, really, one of the ways to happiness is to find your people, find your tribe, find people who are like you, who think similar thoughts, have similar values, beliefs, morals. And that is because when I did counseling years ago, I had this counseling session, right? And in this counseling session, I've had a lot of counseling. This one particular counseling session I only went to them once, and they said to me, you should be around people who are like yourself. Now, back then, I was in the wrong and they were actually in the right in this scenario. I thought to myself, well, if I'm around people who like me all the time, then I'm not kind of like, growing myself. I'm not seeing things from other people's point of view. I'm not going to be doing any of that, and that's going to be a bad thing for me. But actually, these people, these counselors I saw just one time, they were absolutely right, because at that point in my life, I hadn't really got someone who was like me, really like me, and who liked me. I hadn't really got someone with exactly the same morals, values, and beliefs, someone who's treating me well and who really cares about me. That wasn't in my life. And so actually, I've been brought up to like, oh, there's always two sides to the story. Well, of course, there's more than two sides to every story. But at the end of the day, you do need someone who will be there for you and stick up for you. And do you know what I mean? Like Rezo's sticking up for me in sexual dating groups. It's really good because we're in a lot of the same sexual dating groups, as well as obviously Ray's in some of my asexual groups now, because Ray's asexual like me. And I met Ray in a sexual dating group. So it's a good thing I went in the dating group, because I wouldn't have met Ray else. And Ray's a wonderful friend. Always. Thank you, Ray. So do you know what I mean? It's nice when someone's got your back. And I just had the ideology back then that I was kind of like push myself to like be around people who were so different from me to expand me. But actually, it was a very lonely place. It wasn't a good place. I think, when you've got no one that's really very similar to you, really cares about you, really loves you as a person, as a friend, really, like people I was friends with, like at school, I was friends with this girl, and she used to be friends with the people that used to stick their fingers up behind my back and be nasty to me. And I just used to think, well, it's her choice who she's friends with, which is true. It was her choice. And I didn't stop her being friends with those people. Just, it really hurts, It's like, they're bullying me. They're saying horrible stuff. They're doing stuff behind my back. Yet you just sit there. You don't stick up for me. You carry on talking to them. You just like, it really hurt. Even though, but I just thought, well, it's her life. She can talk to who she wants, which is the truth. She can. But you know what I mean? It's like when you've got no one fighting your corner, no one sticking up for you, no one sort of on your side, it just blurs all sense of reality, and it makes you feel like, am I the only one who's an alien in this world, with no one understanding me, no one sticking up for me, no one supporting me? Where's my support? Back then I was a very, very depressed person, which is no wonder why, really, because I think, you do need some support in life. I mean, I can obviously survive on my own, especially now I'm an adult and can live in my own place and everything, and away from all those bullying people, and that I can choose who I'm friends with more. Do you know what I mean? School's very confined space, isn't it? So it's a bit different now, but it's nice that I've got people who really care about me. Do you know what I mean? But even as an adult, that has had an impact on me. Like if I have friends that are friends with people who don't like me, I do still find that difficult. But I mean, like I did back then, I still accept that they can be friends with who they want, and just because they don't get on with me or like me doesn't mean to say they can't be friends with them. But I do find that difficult still, because it's kind of like, well, why are you friends with someone who's horrible to me when you're a really good friend of mine? But you just have to like remember that each person has a different experience with someone else, and just because I have one experience doesn't mean to say that they're that way with those people. Do you know what I mean? So you just have to accept it. But I do find it a bit difficult because of my childhood in that way. I have to admit, I do find that hard sometimes. And sometimes, I'm quite shocked really as an adult. I still get a bit like hurt over that, or a bit like, a bit of sad feelings, because obviously as an adult, you're kind of meant to sort of like be laid back and chilled and not really worry or think about these things. But I do, like that's my truth, even though I try just to think, well, it is what it is, it's fine. They're nice to them. Maybe you don't like me. That's okay. Or it's fine. Have the friends just because they don't get on with me. That's fine. You know what I mean? So, but I think it's best to just like, live your truth and do good by yourself. At the end of the day, if you find that people don't stick up for you, or, they want to keep the peace, you just have to remember that they're them and you are you, and so you can't change them. You wouldn't want to change them, and they're free to be friends with whoever they want to be, just like you are. And so just be happy that they're your friend, and that's it, and have no conditions. I think that's really good. So yeah, so I'm kind of going off on a tangent again here. I always go off on tangents, don't I? But yeah, I just think it's really important that people are honest, and unfortunately a lot of people aren't honest. You know, like when this person's like, I don't know, and that they've deleted the post now as well. So if the post was about this dog was fine, then why delete it? You know, they've come back to me, and first they said they don't know, and then they said it's a post about dogs not liking fireworks and people letting them off are dickheads that do that to hurt animals. I was posting, anyone who does that are dickheads, and they should not be laughing at the dog's expense. I hate anyone who hurt or bully animals. It's horrible. But that's not what the post said. I remember it clearly because it had a picture of a dog and firework back to back, and it called the dog a dickhead. It didn't say any. It basically made the difference between the barking and the noise of fireworks. Like it barks, but yet it's afraid of firework noise. Do you know what I mean? I know what I saw. And so yeah, it's a bit, you know, and that person's deleted their post now. So in a way I'm glad they've deleted posts, because I thought, well, it's not a nice post, but at the same time it's a bit like they've tried to blur all my reality, as much to say that that's not what the post said, but I know what I saw. And so yes, you know, you just have to understand that some people post stuff and then they deny they ever posted it. They're like, oh, what's that? Like, I've even had people, oh, what's that? Let me take a look. Oh, really? You know, like they've never ever seen the post in their life before. I don't know how that got there. And it's like, well, it's your Facebook page, your Facebook profile. Do you know what I mean? Like, you posted it. Clearly you've posted it, and you've just like denied you've ever posted it or know nothing about it. And so just be very careful when you are asexual dating, that, you know, like if you see stuff on their Facebook, like you don't even have to say anything about their Facebook. You could just ignore it. But obviously if they've said they're asexual, and you can clearly see from their Facebook they're talking about sex and liking loads of women with their boobs hanging out and talking about getting into bed with women, then, you know what I mean, they're not really going to be like not sexually attracted and not thinking of sexual activities. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like they're not really going to be asexual, are they? So, you know, I think you have to just understand that some people they just deny things which they've done, and I just don't like that. You know, if you're gonna, you know, like at least I said, like my friend who is demisexual, you know, he liked pages of women that are basically like pornographic pages. Well, they got no staying on their boobs and a little brief bit of panties or so. At least he didn't deny that, and he is demisexual. I think, well, on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum. So, do you know what I mean? I've known him on other platforms as well, which is why I kind of like accept that he is what he is. You know what I mean? But he doesn't deny it, you know? He just owns up and was like, yeah, that's me. I like looking at that. So, you know, I respect that type of person, even though I don't like it. I respect that person for doing that. I'm still, like I said, I'm still connected to them in other platforms, just so I won't be on there. And actually we had a video chat once, which is like, because he was, I didn't know if he was interested in me romantically at one point, because we did get on well a bit in the back, because I like foreign guys obviously, and he's foreign. I don't know if I said that, but he's foreign, he's coloured as well. But yeah, older though, so when you go for it. But then when I found out he likes that, I was like, no, I couldn't be doing with that. And also he's got this friend who he's really close to who's with someone else, but I'm like, well, if she wasn't with someone else, would you be in a relationship with her? And he's like, oh, we've discussed that before and agreed no. But it's kind of like but they speak every day. And it's kind of like, I think you two should be together if you really, really like each other a lot. But I guess some people are not meant to be together in a relationship because it doesn't work out, and they're just meant to be friends. So, yeah. But just be careful of post deniers. That's all I wanted to really reiterate with this tonight's live stream, is that you've got to be very careful when people are saying one thing and then they're clearly posting another, you know. And I don't mind people going through my Facebook page. If people don't like asexuality, then they're not really gonna accept my friend's request. If they really were against it or something, or didn't want to hear about it, that's fine. If they don't want to hear about it, you know, most people do accept my friend's requests if I give them out, but I tend to receive more than I give, to be honest. And you know, it's like, if they don't want to hear about it, don't accept it. You know, there's only one person I've ever had a problem with, one entrepreneur, and that was because this guy, he was like a man of God, and he didn't like, he was saying, why are you getting me to like your page, your asexual page? I'm not asexual. I said, well, I'm asking all my friends if they want to like my page. You're on my friends list, and I don't know if you're asexual or not, because I don't know every person's personal circumstances. So anyway, he was getting funny about it, so I just deleted him off my friends list. But other than that, that's the only person that was funny with me, you know. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up this video for tonight. If you've got any queries, comments, questions, please post them down below. If you like this video at all, found it useful, helpful, insightful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. I'll see you on the next live stream or video. Thumbs up would be awesome. And take care, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Take care. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.